What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the Rookie. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that sent me well wishes while I was down. But you see your boy back home now. Back on my feet a little bit. But I'm indoors working, so everything's cool. But today, your boy is about to blow it up. So y'all know my worm bin, right? Now, I've been running that for about 4, maybe 5 years now. Dang. And it's producing pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds of castings that I incorporate into all my pots outside and all my beds. Feed that soil. That's all I'm doing. I'm building soil, y'all. So my brother and sister asked me what I wanted for my birthday this year. I'm easy. They each sent me a new worm bin. So I got 2 more. So we expanding, y'all. Now what I'm going to do is show y'all how to set these up and get them running off of that one bin without buying any more worms. All right? You ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Now I'm going to speed this up because it's going to take me about 30-40 minutes to get it done. Y'all ain't trying to sit there that long. I'm going to see if I can squeeze it into somewhere around 15 or less. All right? Is that all right? Let's get it, y'all. So I'm going to try to explain this to y'all as I go along. So let me bring y'all in closer and then we'll get busy. All right, so when you open the box, first thing I see is the catch tray. That's what I call it. This basically keeps the worms from falling down into the sump tank, what catches the excess liquid. So we're gonna sit that to the side right for now and move on to the next. Next thing in is this is the lid. Comes with the little insert inside with plastic. That helps with the airflow. Notice these little holes all around the sides. That allows the airflow into the bin. That helps with the moisture. And the worms need to breathe, y'all. They do need to breathe. All right, now we get to the good stuff. Some good stuff here. They give you a cup for sifting or scooping or whatever you want to use it for. I rarely use it for that. I'll find some other use for it, for something else. They give you these little plastic feet that go on the feet. And I guess you can put like ant killer or whatever the heck you want to put in them to deter the ants from getting into there. They would have to go into this to get onto the legs to crawl up. But I don't have any ant problems because I'm indoors and I keep it clean up in here. We're in the laundry room. So my laundry room has my, washing machine, dryer, hot water heater, freeze dryer, and all that in here. So, yeah, I don't have any ant problems, so I rarely use these. But it comes with 4 of them. I just put them to the side because I don't use them. But you may need to use yours. But if you do, they're easy. Just set them up under there. Nothing fancy. Comes with this. This is your best tool right here. This fork. So when you got to fluff your bin, you don't have to dig in there with your hands if you don't want to. You can, but you don't have to. When you harvest, yeah. This is your drain for your sump tank at the bottom. It's just a little spigot, easy to screw on. Comes with a little rubber gasket and all that on there. I'll show you how to do it. They include a book for you, giving you all your information, your parts, tells you everything that's in there, your air vent lid, stackable and expandables, odorless, 100% organic fertilizer, 30% household waste reduction, educational, all the good information about your worm bin. Simple illustrations that you can go by so you can recognize your parts. Everything that's supposed to be in the box. Shows you how to assemble it. Shows you how to start it up. Tells you how to start it up. Of course, y'all got the benefit of me, so I'm going to show it to you. And step-by-step guides take you right through the process. So if you don't like the way I do it, you get a book that'll show you the way they like you to do it. Alright, so this is one of the trays. As you can see, it's got a gazillion holes in the bottom so the worms can move up and down. They're only about 4 inches deep. They have these little ledges on them going around to keep them from going any deeper as they settle down, so that they can interlock and stack. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 trays. You're going to have 5 trays of castings to build. Now this is cool. They even send you a brick of cocoa core. Yes, the worms will eat this. And you use this for bedding, but I use shredded cardboard. But this comes in real handy. But what I'll use this for is seed starting. But just to show you what's in there. One brick of cocoa core. Like I said, I'll use that for seed starting. And last but not least, is the first thing you're going to put on, and that's your sump tank. I call it the sump tank because this is where the liquid collects, runs down in this funnel. You can see the angle. It's sloped so that the liquid all runs down there. And this is where your valve goes. So the first thing we want to do is put that valve on here. It's real simple. Take this screw, take it off. It's got 2 rubber gaskets on there. You're going to take one off. Okay, So now you got your valve ready. All you do is come here, put it in there like that, go around to the back side, and replace your rubber gasket on the back side. And if you look, you see how it's sloped? You want the large end on the inside. You can basically thread it on here. So that you get a nice watertight seal. And then follow that, put the nut back on. You don't need any tools or nothing, you can hand tighten this. And just like that, Bob's your uncle. That's all. And all you do is take that, sit it down where you want it. Now, as you see, I already built a shelf. Since I was doing this expanding, I went ahead, hit HD, got a piece of board, and some blocks. You see those blocks? I got some of those up under there. And I built my shelf. Real simple. All right, so now you got that on there. Tank ready. Next thing you put on is this. All you gotta do is sit it on there. Just like that. Next thing you do, put your first tray. And then let me show you that this has these little notches on the corners that hold the tray. They'll hold the tray in place, that bottom tray. So once you put that on there, you take the first tray and sit it on there. Everything just kind of locks in place a little bit. Just like that. Nothing hard about it. Now, me, like I said, I don't use the cocoa core. I use shredded cardboard. There we go. All right. So I'll just come and I'll fill this first tray up with some shredded cardboard. And don't be like me and make a mess now. Just pack that on in there, y'all. What this cardboard will do is help control the moisture in your bin. all the moisture that runs down will inoculate this cardboard, and the worms will go down there and start eating once it's inoculated. So now what you got to do is be generous with this cardboard. You can't put too much, because it's going to compact down once you put those other shelves on top. As the liquid start feeding into it, it's going to go down, it's going to sink down even more. And for a crash course on soil building, this cardboard is carbon for your soil. You need a 3-to-1 ratio at least, I think, to get good soil. Now in nature, that would be leaves, brown leaves and whatnot. But what we're doing is mimicking. We copy Mother Nature. So once you got that tray filled to where you like it, you know what you do next? You take your next tray, set it right on there, and you repeat. Fill this one up. We're going to do this 4 times, y'all. 4 times. So we're going to speed that up. Yeah, I got bags of this shredded cardboard, y'all. They eat all this, believe it or not. They're going to eat it all. All those boxes y'all be getting, Amazon, green stock boxes, all that. Yeah, these boxes that this came in, I'm going to shred those up, and that's going to replace all this that I'm using. And if, the shredder I use is a 15-sheet shredder. 15 sheets. 15. You need at least a 15-sheet sheet shredder, say that 5 times fast, in order to shred these boxes. Now, 20 would be better and all that, but 15 will get the job done. I'm not shredding nothing thicker than these. All right, so that's 4 high. All right. So now is where we do the switching from that to basically we propagating. And it's as simple as this. Each one of these trays down here got worms in them. Worms repopulate themselves every 3 months. They triple, quadruple their numbers, depending on how much space they got. You see how high this is? And it's going to be this much higher compared to that, how low that is, because they done ate everything in all those. So all I'm going to do is take one of those trays, and it's going to be the top feeding tray to start this bin. Now, technically, I could dry this out and take these castings. It's full of worms in here. But all I'm going to do is make this my top feeding tray for the new bin. Just like that. And now, since I plan to make this my top feeding tray, I'm going to put some cardboard in there and set it up to get ready to be fed. And just like that, y'all, this bin is set. Now I'll come back at the end and do the feeding. But for now, that bin's done. It's ready. Put my lid on there. Done deal. So all I'm going to do is repeat this process for this other bin. Set it up, and then that next tray right there will be the top feeding tray for this bin. And then I'll show you. I'll take the empty trays and rebuild that one. All right, so I ain't gonna make y'all sit here and watch me do this other one. I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and then we're gonna come back. All right? All right? All right. How about them boys? How about them? Y'all saw that draft. Y'all saw it. All right, so mixing up some quick food to feed them. I got a bunch of rotten bananas from outside. Squirrels would just, ooh. Anyway, I'm gonna feed them, mix them in with the greens. These are the old broccoli leaves and a few weeds, I think, in there. And I'm just gonna keep chopping that on down. And then I'll feed these two bins. Actually, I'm gonna feed all three. I'm also gonna put some eggshell powder and some oats, old-fashioned oats, expired, that I found and I ground up. And that's gonna be it. Oh, my bad. I got some old coffee grounds. I got these old coffee grounds. They even got the good stuff. That's how old they are. Worms gonna love it. All right, and get this blended up and then feed them. All right, that's our mix. So I'll show you. These are the new bins. Underneath there. See those worms? There they go. So what we do is put them back under there. Look like some green cow manure or something. Kind of spread it out a little bit. And they'll come up and eat that. They'll have a frenzy. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to cover that with some more cardboard. Now we do the same for this one. And this one. Okay? All right, we'll be back. All right, and we're back. Everybody's fed. I only put a little bit in this one because I'm going to be harvesting that soon, so they'll devour that easy. Now I'm going to take this shredded cardboard from a shredder, cover these up. Like I said, don't worry about being too much cardboard. No such thing. There's a lot of moisture in that I just put in there. This whole middle part gonna sink down, especially once they start eating. That's it. We are running, y'all. That's it. That's all there is to setting these up. It's your boy Pepper Rookie.